What's in a name? Everything. The power of a name has long been immortalized in prose, poetry, and history. It is your face to the world, your ambassador of quality that reflects your ideals and aspirations. Thompson's, a name, a family, a tradition of excellence. So it is with Thompson's Toyota, where our professional and courteous staff are eager to help you drive home your dream vehicle from the largest selection of new and used Toyota cars and trucks at the best prices. And if your vehicle needs service, our Toyota factory-trained and certified service technicians have the skill and expertise to do the job right and do it right the first time. Thompson's Toyota, where you'll always be treated like family.
Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Today we're going to the mouth of the Columbia River, the Buoy 10 fishery for salmon, where conditions are making it a tough bite for most anglers. But we'll get our fish with guide Dave Steele, who's got a crew on board, including Gary Morales of Shasta Tackle. And then we're going to Shasta Lake for a red-hot trout bite. Now stay tuned.
I'm Justin Wolff, and this is Angler West Television.
Today, we've launched out of Warrenton at the mouth of the Columbia River to fish for fall Chinook. We're with Gary Morales of Shasta Tackle, along with John Walbridge and Brad Wagner, who are fishing with guide Dave Steele. Today's conditions will make the bite more challenging, making location and presentation critical.
We're going to start today up here on the Washington side of the Columbia River, between the Megler Bridge and Megler-Astoria Bridge and Chinook. We're going to start in around 30 feet of water, and we're going to play with the depths along there and see how things go. I'm going to start off using this new lure here that Shasta has, and I'm going to put a little bit of scent on it. I'm using some Procure anchovy scent on it right now, and this is super gel. And all I'm trying to do is throw a little scent out there. So we're going to put these out. And set your bait down in the water first. In this case, I've got a lure, and then your weight, and reel them up to the tip, and reset your counter. And then from that point, just flip it open and go out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one out 36 feet. And Brad, I want you to go 32 feet. John, you go 30 feet, and you go 34 feet.
I'm actually running a wiggle hoochie with a Mylar skirt on there, and of course got a little chunky on there fillet. Put that out.
We had a full moon last night, so it's going to be interesting how the bite is this morning. With that full moon, they like to eat overnight, and so it makes it a little harder for them sometimes a little slower first thing in the morning. There we go. Grab it. There's a fish. Get your line up. Get the lines up. One thing with the barbless hooks, you got to keep your lines tight, guys. Isn't that nice, John?
Yeah.
We're ready. Lift. He's going to suck under the boat. Go, put your line clear down the water. Good job. Okay, now left and step back. Can't see him.
Not ready yet.
Isn't that fun, John?
Oh, this is fun.
I love catching these things. Reel up. There you go. Lift and step back. Oh, look at that. Yes.
Good job.
Yeah, we got him. Hey, I want you to notice we just barely got out, and look at what we caught it on. Yep. Beautiful sling blade. Isn't that great?
Hey Dave, what's all that little extra tape there?
You know, I put a little extra influence on. I put some tape on there to play with it. So It's just something I do. It's a specialty. They always ask me for it at the show too. Like, what'd you do? Now look at this baby. Nice, beautiful upriver bright.
Man, that's a
Nice.
pretty
Yes.
fish.
That's the way to start the day.
Yes.
Man, what was that, 5 minutes?
I don't think it was 5 minutes. Yeah.
It's that long.
Nice job. Good old sling blades.
So much for the full moon, huh?
Yeah, you know, I'm sitting here thinking this could be a real tough day with this full moon and a little bit of a wind today, and should you come out and spank them in 5 minutes?
That's what
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Nice
One in
black
the
mouth. There's one in the box. You got to get one to get two. We're in 25 feet of water, and that's a little shallower than what we just caught this. But I trolled out of 25 right into about 30 when we picked up that fish. We weren't in the water 3 minutes before we had that salmon hit. So whatever we're doing seems to be working. So we're going to try that again.
Let me know when you're ready, Dave.
Okay, let's go, guys. Make sure you restart that counter, Gary.
did.
Okay. Here's what I'm using. I've got a brine with, involves some bait dye, the Procure Badass bait dye. The blue is what I happen to have on right now. And I'm using, it's a little brine I put together, but it involves that bait dye, and it also involves the brine and bite that Procure has. So you saw how fast that fish just hit. In 3 minutes we had a fish on. So I've been very successful with that.
There's one fishing rod company that produces more species-specific rods than any other in the world, with the highest quality standards for over 60 years, allowing you to fish with confidence. Right now at AnglerWestTV.com, get your sling blades, wiggle hoochies, and humdingers from Shasta Tackle. Also, the hot new Max Lure Sonic Bait Fish, and a huge selection of Procure products. Also, the very useful snip and grip pliers, and don't forget about the Angler West 2-for-1 Honer Shark.
Welcome back to the Columbia River. I'm Justin Wolff. Guide Dave Steele is trolling a combination of bait, spinners, and wiggle hoochies behind sling blades, which has us tagging our first Chinook right out of the gate, despite fishing on a day that puts us at a disadvantage.
Nice.
We have a full moon, and typically what happens is the fish feed all night long, so they don't like to bite right in the beginning of the day. And at the same time, then we have a big tide change, and on the big tide change, those fish like to get into shallower water, so they're not fighting the tides as much when they come in. And it seems, it's been my experience that in big tide changes, when it finally happens, it happens around the tide change, and it kind of happens that the bite happens in mass, like there's a lot of fish on at one time. Where if you have a low tide change, a low exchange of water, it's a continuous bite. That's been my experience. And there's a lot of people that'll swear by the big tide changes, but they know how to exactly fish it in a specific area. Overall, I like the light tide changes. Reel, you got barbless hooks. Looks like a coho. We'll take a keeper coho.
Heck yeah. You got one. I got a big fish here.
You got one?
Yeah.
Bit on the way in?
Well, there it was.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
gave it slack, buddy.
I didn't know I had a fish. It hit it right at the surface.
Yeah, I had a small coho on the sling blade with a bait.
Sorry.
Got it right up to the boat,
I know what I did.
and it spit the hook just as we got it here. But it was a good thing because John got,
Yeah, right here.
His got off.
oops.
Well, that's 2 for 2.
It hit it
You
right
got
at
one.
the surface. And
Did
in
it?
the circle, and before I knew it, there was slack in the line.
Did it hit you right at the boat?
Yeah,
On the
right
surface?
at the surface.
He was chasing it.
Yeah, he chased it and hit it.
You know, I've been running a wiggle hoochie this morning. I haven't got bit yet, and we got one gold spinner on. I'm going to go ahead and go to the silver, see if we can get a little more flash, and tie this up with some 30-pound fluorocarbon. Hold on this for a second.
He's using 30 pounds, and I like that 30-pound leader on those. I use 30 to 40 pound, either one.
Go about
For-
4 feet.
I'd like to go 4 feet on those.
Okay, what I've done here is I've switched over to this to the pink silver scorpion salmon spinner, and then also put a scent chamber P line here up to my scent chamber, and that'll add a little more scent as well. We're using the solubles, water solubles, and some anchovy there, and just run that to the back behind your sling blade. That works real good there, and if we wanted, we could put a little more on the blades even, but that'll work.
The Columbia River this year is barbless. You notice my hooks have no barbs on them. They're pinched. And so I've gone to a 3-hook setup to try to help retain some of the fish. We have so many that spit the hooks, and this is how I've tried to counteract that. Trust me, it doesn't always work, but I try. And you know, the idea is to get that real good spin on your bait. And we all have our individual ways of doing stuff, but with the 3 hooks, you got a little better chance of getting that fish to have more than one hook in it.
There we go. Ah, we've just switched up. Got that spinner on there. Oh, it's a little guy. Look, we're talking real small. Hey, a little shaker.
It's a small little coho.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You know, if you really want to catch a big fish, you got to eat the herring. He didn't even hesitate.
I don't eat the tails, though.
I love it. You're the man, John.
Luck's gonna change. Luck is
Doggone
gonna
it.
change.
That means we're all out of luck now. Are you going to eat one?
Maybe if I get my second fish, I will.
You're dreaming if you think you're going to get me to eat one.
Yeah, one of the things Dave likes to do with the sling blades is add a little tape to the back side. And the reason you do that is when this is going back and forth through the water, obviously sun coming down, it's hitting this side of it as it goes through the water. So by adding a little extra tape here, it's going to throw more flash. The colors on that are going to come off as well. So you just get a little extra flash out of it. And you can see it's been working today.
Take it. Fish on, get it out. Oh, it's a little one.
Yeah.
It's a jack. We gotta let him go.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, there he went.
He just swam right by us. Hey,
That was a
Daddy,
big jack.
Yeah,
It was a jack, but it was a.
that was a pretty good one.
Called
Yeah.
quick release.
Still on it?
Yeah.
Tight.
Okay, come back over here. Come over to the cabin. No.
Get away from that motor.
He's good. Remember, if you give him any slack, he's gone.
Keep tight on me.
Yeah. Start reeling before you drop that tip. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, there he goes.
Dooley.
Is it?
No, it isn't.
I'm
It's
just
dark. It's a dark strain. Reel up, reel up. No slack.
Oh, nice.
No, it's a
fish.
good one. It's a good one.
Oh, watch on. He's locked down on the line. Buddy.
Oh, get him away from here.
Reel down. Well, that one's full of it, isn't he?
Lift.
There you go, you got him. Good job. Good job, man.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Good job, bud.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
That was fun.
Okay, grab a hold of that weight.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Never
one.
had one of those things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not a you good.
That's not a tule.
clean
No,
fish.
that's
So
not
what's
a
a
tule.
tule?
Tule's a breeding. It's what they bred specifically for Columbia, and they actually have bred or send them out for Canada. The meat turns dark early, and this is a hatchery. Notice that there's no adipose fin on it.
Right.
In the spring and fall, Shasta Lake's rainbows tend to feed near the surface. Today we're looking for limits of rainbows up the McLeod arm of Shasta Lake with guide Ben Ramonde and Gary Morales of Shasta Tackle Company.
Now what I like to do is run these scent chambers, you know, about 3 feet in front. I could actually have the Dodger off there as well, but we're just going to run the lure by itself right now. That scent chamber, that'll throw a constant scent out in front of the bait, draw the fish in. You know, a lot of people have trouble top lining sling blades because they the nose tends to come up, they tend to lift. Those scent chambers are great. Put them in front of the sling blade because it'll gives a little weight to the front, makes them stay down under the water when you're top lining them. Oh, he's there, little guy. All right. Now you just send it up that scent chamber there and send it out. So barely got it out there and got hooked up here. Just a little rainbow. Fighting good though.
Yeah, it's
Let me get. Yeah, he's hooked good. Yeah, it's a little planter. Probably been in here a month or so. They plant about 200,000 fish a year in this lake. And good catchable rainbows. The crippler's one of my favorite. Boy, planters really tear them up.
yeah. You got another fish on.
Shoot, can't even get that one. Boy, I just barely got that fish in. Turn around, I got another one on here. This is on that big wiggle, Ben.
On the big wiggle?
I changed over to that Captain America. Oh, look at that fish jumping way back there. Nope. That was probably him right there. He got off and come out of the water. This is a good spot. I've always liked it. And you got these islands that come out and the wind blows in here. And you know, either way the wind comes in, you get a lot of food blowing in here. And there's a nice little feeder creek and it's a nice spot. You know, this thing is still half full, but I'm going to go ahead and fill it up again. Every time bring it in, just fill it back up. Keep it going. Let's see if I can keep this happening, hit a fish every 5 minutes. We'll be limited out in no time.
Well, we found that there's quite a few trout in here, so we're going to leave a couple down for the browns. But we're going to put this Captain America humdinger out. Catches a lot of fish. And with the threadfin shad, Procure. And see if we can get a few more trout.
Now, I took this humdinger right out of the package, and they come flat. The hooks aren't offset. So what I like to do is just take my pliers, grab it, and just offset that hook a little bit. What that does when it rolls through a fish's mouth after they bite it, it'll set the hook easier. Catch more fish that way. We're seeing these fish on the surface, so we're going to top line here. And line counters really help out with this, because you want to get 200 feet behind the boat, and you know you don't want to get too far out there, but 200 feet's about right. And with the line counter, we can get exact. I just barely brought that crippler back up to the surface and got hit again. Another one of the planters. Nice thing about this lake is there's a lot of trout in here and you can catch a limit of those in a hurry.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is he's just made one pass, and each pass we caught a nice trout on the orange, so I'm going to switch this one over to the orange crippler as well. I think one of the reasons this time of the year, the orange and the gold, it seems to be really popular because of the plankton bloom. Every year in the spring we get a plankton bloom, and when we go up on a pit, we'll run this and they just annihilate the trout. And any other color doesn't seem to work as well. So we've been hooking up with this here, and we did see some plankton, so we're going to put it on a setter rod as well.
Hey Ben, I think this scent chamber's working.
Oh, I didn't realize you had that on that as well, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Fish on. On that humdinger.
Oh, the surface?
Yep.
Just top lining that, right? Good deal. That's on the orange crippler. You changed over to the orange.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the crippler.
That's that same crippler.
Seems to be the attractor.
Well, that's a better fish.
Yep.
Oh, that's a pretty trout. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Welcome back to Shasta Lake. I'm Justin Wolff. We're with Ben Ramonde and Gary Morales, who are enjoying a beautiful day of trout fishing with cooperative trout that know that they're supposed to bite different colors when the sun comes out.
Yeah, you didn't even get that. Couldn't even get it in the water. That was a good choice.
Yeah. Now that the sun's come out, we've switched from the orange to the blue, and we no sooner got it in the water and we picked up a nice fish. And the blue is kind of represents our shad up here, and we'll retire the orange right now.
Now the sun's come out and he just hit a fish on blue, and so I'm going to put this UV fish gill out. And you're going, well, UV, isn't that low light? Well, this actually got two different type tapes on it. It's got the UV tape, which works good in low light, but it also has the fluorescent, the bright prismatic tapes. So it'll work in the sunlight too, and find out I can catch fish on this in any condition. Yeah, we got another fish on here on that same blue combination, sling blade, UV blue, and UV blue wiggle hoochie. That might be a combination to switch over to. How deep were you, Ben?
That one was only about 15 feet.
Okay. Maybe they're
It's
moving
the
down.
top line.
The sun's come out, so maybe the fish have moved down from the surface. I haven't hit anything on top in a while, so maybe I better drop down a bit myself. How's he feel?
Oh, he's an average pound and a half maybe.
Oh, decent looking
Pounder.
fish.
You know, nice trout.
Well, they fight good this time of year, don't they?
Yeah.
Need the net?
No, he's not that big. Oh! Catch and release.
Yeah,
That's what we like to do. Yeah, he just wasn't hooked well enough. Why didn't you get the net? We're going to go right straight for this point, and then we're going to take a hard right, swing out, and then a hard left and run our lines across that point. We're going to hit it around 2 miles an hour. That's what we're doing right now, 1.9 2.0. Mark 2 fish here.
I think I might sunbathe.
Sunbathe.
All right. Good job.
Let me drop
That
this
was right?
line. Here, drop, no, here, give me that. I'll just lay that right here.
That was right over that point, Ben.
Yeah.
As we went over that point, that thing hit just as that lure, because I was 200 feet back. And nailed it pretty good there. Oh, there he goes.
There he is.
Starting to fight again.
Yeah, little trout.
Yep.
Nice little rainbow.
If you want, go ahead and make this turn on that point. I've got him in. Oh, that's a Pitt River strain there, bud.
Is that a Pitt River?
Yeah. This is how chunky they are. To see the spots on their body.
That's a really good eating trout. They're really bright pink meat.
You can see all the spots on their body there. That's a Pitt River strain planter. And they see how chunky he is. He's been eating plankton, I'm sure. This is rough. I think fishing in a patio boat is kind of like fishing in your living room.
That's why it's called fishing comfort.
Yeah, you're there.
Thanks for watching today's episode of Angler West TV. You know, it's only with the sponsor support that this show is made possible, so please thank them when you can. Now get out there and do some great fishing.